Dubai, 2:13 a.m. In a silent glass tower, a wallet transfer begins. To every screen in the room, the address looks flawless, routine. But 10 blocks later, 400,000 Ethereum is gone. No vault blown open, no guns, just a signature that lied. This was the largest crypto exchange hack in history. $1.5 billion drained in minutes. And according to the FBI, it wasn't just thieves. It was North Korea's most dangerous cyber army, the Lazarus Group. Tonight, we retrace how a single blind signature triggered a heist that nearly broke the industry in half. The Lazarus Group isn't new. In 2016, they tried to rob the Bangladesh Central Bank through the global SWIFT system. In 2022, they drained $600 million from Axie Infinity's Ronin Bridge. And now, they've topped themselves by weaponizing a weakness buried deep in a wallet everyone thought was safe. But to understand how this happened, we start not with Lazarus, but with one man inside Bybit's operations team, a late-night engineer, moving funds the way he's done 100 times before, unaware that tonight, every click is part of North Korea's trap. Meet Armin. He's not a hacker, not a trader, just one of Bybit's night shift engineers. His job is simple: move funds from cold storage to a warm wallet, making sure liquidity is ready for the next trading day. He's done it 100 times before, but tonight, his hardware wallet is lying to him. The process is routine. The system generates a transfer, displays the destination address, and waits for Armin's confirmation. He checks the digits at the start and end of the address. Everything looks right. He presses confirm. And in that moment, $1.5 billion in Ethereum begins slipping away. This is what's called blind signing. The wallet shows a clean address, but the smart contract inside is rigged. The engineer thinks he's signing a standard transfer. In reality, Lazarus has swapped the destination, hiding malicious code behind a layer the hardware wallet can't interpret. To the human eye, safe. To the blockchain, catastrophic. By the time Armin goes home, nothing looks wrong. The transfer shows is complete. The system balance still updates as expected. But across the world, in Pyongyang, Lazarus operatives are already moving billions in Ethereum across the blockchain before anyone at Bybit realizes they've been robbed. The exploit didn't start that night. Weeks earlier, Lazarus researchers had been quietly probing SafeWallet, the third-party tool Bybit used for custody operations. They found a blind spot, literally, a flaw in how the wallet displayed transaction previews. It could show one thing on screen while executing something completely different underneath. On February 21st, Lazarus triggered their plan. When Armin clicked confirm, the transaction he approved didn't send funds to Bybit's warm wallet. It redirected 401,000 Ethereum, over $1.5 billion to Lazarus-controlled wallets. The transfer cleared in under 20 minutes. By the time anyone noticed, the money was already gone. But stealing is only half the job. Holding stolen crypto is like standing in the middle of a crowded square with bags of marked cash. So Lazarus dispersed it instantly. Thousands of microtransactions, split across wallets, moved across different blockchains. Ethereum became Bitcoin, then stablecoins, then fragments scattered across mixers. This is where Lazarus excels. They don't just move funds, they build entire laundering pipelines, scripts that trigger hundreds of transactions per second, wallet clusters that look like ordinary trading activity, fake accounts that pose as OTC desks in Asia. Every coin moved is camouflaged under layers of noise, and while the funds were scattering, the evidence trail was already being buried. Lazarus wiped logs, rotated wallets, even left behind decoy transactions designed to waste investigators' time. Within hours, the money trail stretched across so many chains that even the best blockchain forensics teams could only watch helplessly. By sunrise, the scale was undeniable. Bybit wasn't missing a few million. It was missing nearly a tenth of Ethereum's daily trading volume, $1.5 billion gone overnight. And this wasn't an isolated robbery. It was a state-sponsored operation, engineered to bypass sanctions and bankroll North Korea's weapons program. Inside Bybit's headquarters, panic was setting in. Traders, investors, and regulators were all watching the second-largest exchange in the world bleed liquidity. And the question wasn't just how the money was stolen, but whether Bybit could even survive the next 72 hours. The morning after the heist, Bybit woke up to chaos. Traders saw the blockchain outflows and panicked. Within 24 hours, more than 200,000 withdrawal requests slammed into the exchange. If Bybit couldn't cover them, it would trigger a bank-run spiral, the kind that could topple the second-largest crypto exchange on Earth. Inside the crisis room, the choice was stark: cover the losses or lose the trust of millions of customers. Bybit turned to its rivals and allies. Within hours, BitGet wired in $100 million worth of Ethereum. Ant Alpha extended an emergency credit line, and Galaxy Digital stepped in to buy ETH over the counter, refilling Bybit's reserves. For 3 days, Bybit fought for survival. Every hour mattered. By Friday, reserves were climbing again: 10 billion, 12 billion, 14 billion. The bailout worked. Withdrawals were honored. For customers, funds appeared untouched. But behind the curtain, Bybit had come within hours of a death spiral. But the money wasn't coming back. $1.5 billion in Ethereum was already in the hands of Lazarus, and the world was about to find out who was really behind the biggest heist in crypto history.
The hack didn't just hit Bybit, it hit the entire crypto market.
As word spread, panic selling began. Bitcoin, which had been climbing toward $95,000, tumbled below 80. Ethereum shed billions in market cap in a single day. And across the industry, fear spread that no exchange was truly safe. Within 72 hours, the FBI went public. Investigators traced the stolen Ethereum across laundering trails and named a familiar culprit: the Lazarus Group, North Korea's state-sponsored hacking unit. According to analysts, the subgroup Trader had engineered the attack, using the stolen funds to help finance Pyongyang's nuclear weapons program. The Lazarus Group has been called the most dangerous hacking outfit on Earth. In 2016, they tried to steal $1 billion from the Bangladesh Central Bank, slipping away with $81 million. In 2022, they looted $600 million from Axie Infinity. Over the years, the group has stolen more than $3 billion, using crypto thefts to bypass sanctions and bankroll one of the world's most secretive regimes. This wasn't just a crypto crime. It was cyber warfare, nation-state theft as a funding model. For North Korea, every stolen token strengthens its military program. For the rest of the world, it's proof that digital finance is now a battlefield where a single vulnerability can shift billions across borders in minutes. But even as the FBI pointed fingers, one question remained: what about the money? Could any of the $1.5 billion be clawed back, or was it gone forever?
Against the odds, Bybit survived. Emergency loans kept withdrawals flowing. Customers were made whole.
To the outside world, it looked like business as usual. But internally, the company had nearly collapsed. Its market share slipped, its reputation dented, and the stolen funds still gone. The Ethereum itself remains unrecovered. Lazarus funneled it through mixers, OTC brokers, and thousands of wallets. Investigators continue to trace fragments across blockchains, but in practice, the trail is already cold. For North Korea, the heist was a success. For Bybit, a wound that may never heal.